Have you ever wondered why, as life moves forward, the circle around you grows smaller? Fewer calls, fewer invitations, more silence. Many people fear this season. They label it loneliness. But Jung once suggested something far deeper, that isolation is not always a curse. Sometimes it is a calling. Having no friends does not always mean something is wrong with you. Sometimes it means God has given you too much depth for shallow connections. Jung believed that most people live outwardly, constantly distracted by noise, approval, and belonging. But the individuated soul, the awakened soul, naturally walks alone, not because it rejects people, but because it can no longer pretend. Truth has a way of separating us from crowds. The Bible echoes this wisdom. Jesus himself often withdrew from people. He walked away from applause. He chose silence over validation. Luke 5:16 tells us, "But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed." If the Son of God needed solitude, why do we think constant companionship is proof of blessing? When God gives you spiritual depth, He also removes unnecessary noise. Some friendships cannot survive growth. Some conversations cannot follow you into wisdom. This is not punishment, it is preparation. Many people are surrounded by friends, yet feel empty. Others sit alone and feel full. The difference is alignment. Proverbs 13:20 says, "Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm." Sometimes, the absence of friends is God protecting you from becoming less than who you are meant to be. Jung warned that avoiding solitude is often avoiding the self. Silence forces confrontation. Solitude reveals truth. That is why many fear it. When God removes people from your life, He is often removing distractions so you can hear Him clearly. Having no friends means you are no longer entertained by superficial bonds. You crave meaning. You value silence. You respect energy. You understand that not everyone deserves access to your inner world. This season is not about isolation, it is about refinement. Gold is refined in fire, not in crowds. David was alone with sheep before he stood before kings. Moses was alone in the desert before he led a nation. Even Joseph was alone in prison before purpose found him. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still, and know that I am God." Stillness is not emptiness. It is fullness without noise. If you find yourself walking alone, do not rush to fill the silence. Do not beg for company. Ask instead, what is God teaching me here? Who am I becoming without the influence of others? Not everyone can walk with someone who sees deeply, feels deeply, and thinks deeply. That kind of soul frightens shallow minds. And that is okay. You were not created to be popular. You were created to be purposeful. So if today you have fewer friends, fewer messages, fewer voices around you, do not assume abandonment. Sometimes, having no friends means God has given you too many gifts, too much awareness, and too strong a spirit to live distracted. This is not loneliness. This is alignment. This is preparation. This is God making room for something higher. And when the time comes, the right people will find you not because you chased them, but because you became who you were meant to be. Type Amen if this message touched your soul.